What's up, recappers? Welcome to Apps Recaps, the YouTube channel. Finally, we're here. We're doing it. I know, took a long time, but it's okay. We're here. Now, just remember that I'm still new at this, so I'm still learning how to do all of that editing and all of that stuff. So therefore, we're actually just gonna wing this one, okay? And yes, I promise, I normally do write out my scripts, but I didn't get a chance to do that this week. Do y'all know how much I have been dealing with these past couple of weeks? Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, you don't know. Don't worry, you have to find out. This is why we have Apps Recaps, so that we can recap life. Now, in case you weren't aware, the season 3 premiere of Apps Recaps, the podcast, premiered last weekend. Yay! I'm gonna get myself one of those applause buttons that I be hearing people do. I like those, and I could use one. So you can actually find the podcast on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So please go over and take a listen. If you want to know how Apps Recaps came to be, you definitely need to check out the podcast. Season 1, episode 1, the pilot, definitely will tell you everything you'll need to know about how Apps Recaps came to be. Now, how did we get to here? Well, remember on the little video I posted a couple of weeks ago, which was actually meant to be like a little commercial type of a thing? Well, I told you guys that I was going to try to do videos bi-weekly because I'm doing the podcast bi-weekly. The reason being is because there's going to be things that you're going to get over there on that podcast you are not going to get over here on YouTube. Same goes. You'll get things here on YouTube that you will not get on the podcast. So therefore, you definitely want to be on both platforms. Also, yes, Apps Recaps has an Instagram page, so please go on ahead and follow us. And we also have a Facebook page. So I definitely want to see you there. And if you would like to reach us, we do have an email, appsrecaps@gmail.com, okay? So please always like, comment, share. I really want you to do that. I need the feedback because, y'all, I'm pushing 50 and I'm new at all of this, so I'm gonna need somebody to help me out with it, okay? Now, if you actually saw the post that I put up today on Instagram, you would have seen that I posted these little lovelies. And remember I told y'all that I'm not an artist, okay? I am still getting back into the swing of things of learning how to decorate the nails, because what I'm hoping to do is to get really good at it so that I can eventually get some clients and I can start making customized press-on nails for people. That's what I would like to be able to do. So just stick with me, follow through, and when I finally get there, you guys will definitely be the first to know. Okay, maybe you'll be the second to know after me. Okay, we'll figure it out. Now, let's get on down to business. I'm going to give you guys a disclaimer because I do it on the podcast, so I might as well do it here too, all right? I want you to remember that Apps Recaps is for entertainment purposes only. Don't take everything as actual and factual, unless, of course, I say that's facts. And when I say that, that means I'm probably talking about myself, okay? But for the most part, I do want you guys to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show, all right? So now that I've gotten all that out of the way, let's get down to business, shall we? So before I get started on doing my nails, we need to recap some things. Number 1, for the past few weeks, we have had here in the lovely state of Texas, STAR test, okay? And for those of y'all outside of Texas, that's our state standardized testing, okay? For those of you who don't know, I teach 7th and 8th grade English. Now, I never really wanted to be a teacher when I was growing up. My brain cells were always into criminal justice, and that's actually what I got my degree in from Texas Southern University. Go Tigers! I got my degree in criminal justice. That's what I've always wanted to do ever since I was a little kid. And I actually started teaching kind of as a way to help pay the bills while I was going through school. And then the schedule matched really good because I had kids, and that's how I ended up doing it. Now, this testing thing, people, let me tell y'all something. Do y'all have any idea how much we as teachers hate those tests? Do y'all have any idea how much we as teachers hate testing time? Okay? Because the children come in on 10 on a normal day. Baby, let me tell y'all, on testing, oh wait, they are on about 910, all right? See, here's the problem. When I was in school and we were doing these state tests, we had like all day. So you could work a little bit, maybe nap some, work a little bit some more. You know, you had all day to get it finished. Well, now they've gone into this whole thing where we really want them to finish it in 4 hours. People, please. Who y'all think gonna really want to finish these things in 4 hours? Most of the children just rush straight through it. Now, don't get me wrong. You do have some that actually take it seriously, and I am very glad for them who do, because I teach English, okay? So in teaching English, I teach my students certain test strategies. And the strategies that I teach them are things that are supposed to help them cope and be able to get through that STAR testing. Because I'm going to just tell y'all, children hate taking it. Teachers hate administering it. Schools hate having to deal with it. This is just something that the powers that be seem to feel that we just have to do. And the worst part about it is a lot of districts still to this day want to teach to the test. I'm just going to tell y'all, that doesn't work. It doesn't work. You cannot just teach to the test, because that is not going to make a very productive person. These children are not going to be able to get out there in the real world and do stuff because of a stinking test. I'm telling you, they're not. I'm not the only teacher that says it. Plenty teachers say it. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, don't be so hard on your children when it comes to them taking these state standardized tests. Please, okay? Yes, you want them to do their best. Yes, you want them to concentrate. Yes, you want them to take it seriously. But I'm telling y'all now, it is not the be all to end all. And they should not be so stressed out that they're driving themselves insane when doing it. Okay? So let's try not to do that to them. And please, if there's any admin watching this, y'all need to kind of let up. Let up. You know, because you've got superintendents who are writing these principles, and the principals are writing the teachers, and then the teachers are writing the students. And the truth of the matter is, folks, if they are all agitated and all aggravated, they're not going to do a good job. And if the teachers are agitated and aggravated because the principal's constantly at them because of the scores or lack thereof, they're not going to do a good job. And trust me, if the principals are getting that same from their superintendents, they are not going to be motivated enough to get their teachers to want to be motivated. You've got to understand, everybody's got to be cohesive. It's got to all work together so that we can do a great job. Okay. Ugh. Thanks. Glad y'all caught on to that. Now, as promised, I'm going to start working on these nails. Okay? I am going to start working on my actual natural nail first, because as y'all can see, these nails are a whole hot mess. All right. I wanted to try to do everything in real time, But let me just tell y'all, that is probably not going to be a good idea. And the reason why I'm saying it's probably not going to be a good idea is because, well, let's just say that me trying to do it all in real time might not go as great as planned, because remember, I'm still new at this, so it's not like I'm gonna be able to really do a whole bunch of editing and stuff. So I'm going to start, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, and then I'm going to come back after I've completed certain steps. Oh, and by the way, y'all gotta excuse me when I'm looking over here, because I'm looking in this direction, because I'm looking at the actual photo, picture, camera, video of me instead of looking over here at the actual camera. Yeah. Y'all, look. Did I mention that I'm damn near 50? I'm pushing 50, folks. Y'all gonna have to be patient, all right? Just be a little patient. I'm coming. I'm gonna get it, all right? Now, first thing I am going to do is, I am gonna put on my mask, because I do practice safety, and I'm going around my earrings because, yeah, I got on my earrings. So, my daughter had me laughing because she was like, oh, wow, you did all that just to do a video? Yeah, when have you ever known me to get in front of a camera with no makeup on? Okay, so sometimes I might get in front of a camera with no makeup on, but I am not doing a video with no makeup. But I think I'm going to have to start changing my makeup, because it seems like the older I'm getting, the more kind of blotchy my makeup is getting. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to change my shade and go a little darker, because I feel like it's got me looking like a dad plastic ghost. Ooh. But y'all can let me know in the comments. I'm sure you will. You know, I'm sure you will. Especially since I probably only have like about 6 subscribers, and I think all of y'all in my family. Yeah. So, all right, I'm going to put this on. Hopefully I'll be able to breathe, because, you know, that's just the way of the world. And, once I get and yes, I've got on my glasses because I need them to see clearly, okay? Now, let me tell y'all about these glasses. Hold on. First of all, sidebar. I always had perfect vision, okay? Perfect vision. Let me tell y'all, I went to go do a diabetes eye test one year, and I was about 41 when it happened. 41, okay? Keep that in mind. This is important for later. I was 41. Now, I go to get my eye exam, and they looking at everything, and they're like, are you sure you're diabetic? I'm like, yeah, didn't y'all ask me this last year? Well, we don't see any type of evidence of your diabetes in your eyes. That's a good thing, right? Well, yeah, it's a great thing. It means it's under control. Okay, great. Well, so what do you do? Well, I teach. And so I'm in front of a computer, yada, yada, yada. And they were like, oh, well, goodness. You know, since you're in front of a computer a lot, we think that it would be a good idea for you to get some reading glasses. And I was like, oh, you're giving me a prescription? No, we want you to get the readers. Okay. What strength should I get? Well, just get the, smallest strength, the weakest one, just so that it'll lift things off the computer and your eyes don't strain. Okay, but my eyes weren't straining anyway. I was the chick that could go into the doctor's office and y'all know those eye charts. I'm the one that could read the fine print. Okay, that was me. So I get the stupid cheaters. I started wearing those things. And do you not know that the next year when I go in, I cannot see stuff. Every time I look at something to read it, I gotta put these stupid things on because everything gets blurry. And they're gonna have the nerve to tell me. Now, this went on for about 2 years. By the time I was 43, I go in there and I'm complaining about it. And I'm like, y'all need to give me some actual reading glasses. And they're like, well, no, you can just continue to use those. No, I need reading glasses. Why can't I have reading glasses? Well, because your vision's not bad enough for reading glasses. Are you kidding me? I can't read anything. Everything's blurry. Every time I try to read a book, every time I try to read a board, every time I read on a computer, everything's blurry unless I'm using the readers. Well, this is what she told me. And this is where she set me off. Let me take this off because I can breathe. Did I mess up my makeup? Y'all know that's important, right? Okay. So then she goes to tell me, well, once you're over 40, your eyes start to change. And then you will need to use glasses because you're over 40. And when you're over 40, your eyesight needs to be adjusted. I said, girl, let me tell you something. I was 41 when y'all told me that, and I was seeing perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Then y'all told me to get these little readers, these cheaters, and that's what screwed up my eyesight. I was so irritated and girl, children, let me tell y'all folks, I was irritated with these people. Ooh, all right, let me go and get back on schedule with what I was doing because, so, guys, I said I was going to be putting up these videos every other week. My goal is to do my YouTube videos the first and third Sundays and have them posted by 7 p.m. And my goal is to have the podcast posted second and fourth Sundays by 7 p.m. So I'm hoping that I can be able to start doing the editing and all of that with the next video. So I don't have to come on here and give y'all just a bunch of raw footage because I know y'all don't really like that. I mean, nobody really does, right? No, So, all right, here goes. We're going to start with the hands. All right, so I am actually going to start going around my cuticles because, oh, y'all, they are a hot mess, okay? I'm going to go around my cuticles a little bit. Try to clean them up. I'm getting a little bit better at doing my nails because I'm going to tell y'all, I've been watching quite a few YouTube channels. And the people that I watch, I really enjoy their content. My absolute favorite is Nails Slayed by Val and Nail Career Educator with Susie. Those are my two absolute favorite people. And then my other absolute favorite is Long Hair Pretty Nails. Y'all, girlfriend be really doing it on there. So I'm going to go ahead and file all of these off camera and try to clean my cuticles up, and I'll be back. Okay, so I've gotten my left hand done. I've pushed back my cuticles. I've nipped the cuticle, the dead skin from around, and y'all see it look a hot mess right now. But don't worry, it's going to get better. So now the trick is going to be to do my dominant hand with my non-dominant hand. So stay tuned, and I'll be back. All right, guys, so now I have pushed back my cuticles and all that good stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and just take the shine off. Now, you see this? You're not supposed to continue to use it when it looks like this. So, I'm going to do the right thing and take that sanding band off. And I'm going to remove it. I'm going to remove it, okay? Because, I don't want to have to hear nobody's mouth about, I can't believe you use that sanding band like that. You know you can't do that. Yeah, because first of all, I'm not, trying to have people getting no attitudes with me. So let me put this back in here. And, gosh, there we go. Take that off. See, I've removed it. Trashed it. Here's a brand new one, okay? The sanding band is to take the shine off of the nail bed, but you don't do it hard because you don't want to damage your actual nail. Now this gets a little loud because this is actually the fan. It's the dust collector. And so usually whenever you're doing anything and you've got the dust coming up, you want everything right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera, and then I will be back. All right? Okay, so now I have done everything I needed to do. And yeah, they still look a hot mess. But remember, I'm not a whole professional. I am doing this. Practice makes perfect. I've actually been trying to get into finding a place where I can do this. And I think I told you guys when I did the little commercial that everybody wants you to do these whole cosmetology thing. I don't want to do cosmetology. People, I don't want to do that because I'm telling y'all now, I don't want to do hair. No. Yes, see what a girl does. This is what I do. That's enough for me. I'm okay with that. So I have removed the shine off of my nail bed, and I have pushed back my cuticles and done all of that stuff. Now I will tell you guys what I do use. I will use the dehydrator sometimes, because sometimes I feel like, ooh, that didn't get all, because you can't really do too much with that little drill. So I'll use a little bit of this, which is dehydrator. It's supposed to take the oils out of your nails. And if you'll notice, they use these at the salon so that when you get ready to get your nails done, it will stick better because you have no more oils. The reason why the nails have a hard time is when you have a lot of oils in your hands, your fingers. Now, the other thing I need to do and get done is I need to clip the fingernails. So my nails are already kind of short. So what I am going to do is take this itty bitty one so I can clip them down the rest of the way. Now, I'm going to go back and recap some more of life for you guys while I'm doing this, all right? So let's recap a few things that have happened this week. How about the fact that once STAR testing was done, you know, I'm telling y'all, I need for you parents to talk to your children. Because, baby, y'all got some kids that seem to think they can do whatever in the free world they want to do to the grown people that's in charge of their life at the school. I don't understand that. When did that start happening? Somebody need to tell me when that started happening. Because that was never a thing when I was growing up. Baby, if I had tried to talk to them people the way these children talk to the folks these days, James and Marie would have come up there and both of them would have killed me. It's kind of like that little bit in Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff's song for Parents Just Don't Understand, when he said they took turns, one would beat me while the other was driving. And if anybody would ever have seen that video, you'll see how one parent is literally driving the car while the other one's beating him, and then they hand the steering wheel off so that one can start beating him while the other parent was driving. I am telling y'all, hot mess, but that is the truth. That's how parents were. Baby, they didn't play back then. You know, parents gave their children a healthy dose of fear. And these days, we don't have that. I'm going to tell y'all, parents these days are wanting to either be their children's friends, or, I hate to say it, they're afraid of their children. And I have actually personally, as a teacher, spoken to parents who have just flat out given up on their children. You know, they've got children who want to be just so big, bad, and bold, and they want to wreak havoc, and they're wreaking so much havoc that the parents are like, you know what? If he or she doesn't want to do what they're supposed to do, suspend them. Let them keep getting suspended, and then they're going to have to be a problem with the county. And trust me when I tell y'all, I don't get excited when children get suspended from school. No, because I'm telling y'all right now, I teach English, and the literacy in this country is horrible. I have friends who teach high school, and they have had students who have come to them upset, crying because these babies can't read. And I have students who get upset. I mean, they just have the whole everlasting nerve to want to tell me I give them too much work. And last year, I actually had a student, well, actually it was a whole class. They were like, well, we just don't like you. And I'm like, oh, why y'all don't like me? Because you yell at us and you give us too much work. And I'm like, well, let's address these things, one at a time. And I asked, do I instantly just yell at y'all? Is that really what I do? And then I said, now let's be truthful. I want to know, do I really yell at y'all? And they were like, okay, well, you don't really just start yelling. I said, if I end up yelling, why am I yelling? Then I had a student that was like, well, most of the time you're yelling because you need to be heard because people talking. Oh, okay. Or you're probably yelling because you got real frustrated because you've asked us to do the same thing too many times. Ooh, now we're getting somewhere. Now let's address this matter about me giving you too much work. Why do you think, as an English teacher, I give you too much work? Because in all honesty, let's face it, children, half of the students these days in these grades, they can't read. And those who can read, I'm going to be honest with you parents, they can't read on grade level. So I'm telling y'all, there is a lot of stuff that needs to be done. It needs to be addressed. Your children need to be dealt with, because I know they are your beautiful blessing. You love them to death. I know this. But please, 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 don't ever get it twisted. They are your beautiful blessing, not mine. I have some beautiful blessings. And my beautiful blessings do not talk to their teachers the way some of these children talk to their teachers. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to play that. Not me. So, I'm having a great time. What? Huh? Oh. He did? That was nice of him. Sorry. I was actually in the midst of the recording, and then my daughter came in to tell me something. Her brother just did something nice. I'm like, oh, well, that was great. My children, forever. They act like husband and wife sometimes, y'all. They really do. Then again, they are 11 years apart. Their birthdays are 6 days apart. But she was his birthday present because he asked me for years and years and years for a sister. Okay, we are so off the subject, but we're going to come to that in the next segment. I'm telling y'all, these little people that I have been dealing with, ooh-wee, 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 ooh-wee. Now, the glue I'm using is Beals. Like, she don't hear me out here trying to record people. Yep, it's going in just like that. So I'm using Beatles nail glue. Try to make sure y'all can see that. Because I had gotten this and I really want to have something that is going to really stick. And I'm also trying to make sure that it is going to adhere to my nail nice and firmly. Now, I put it on, and now one thing that I actually saw someone do, they put the glue on the nail and on their nail bed. However, I don't want to do that because I don't want to end up putting too much glue on. And now that I've done that, I'm sliding it on and into the cuticle. Because remember I told y'all, I pushed back my cuticles, got them all prepped and ready and everything. Watch, I didn't apply enough glue. I bet you I didn't, because sometimes I do that. Now, as I was saying about these little children and how they like to talk to people. See there? Yeah, did not do enough glue. All right, let me just put it on my thumb. Because, oh my gosh. If I don't put it on there right, then it won't come out right. And then this would be an epic fail. Which is okay if it is, because I'm still learning. But I do want them on, so I'm going to try my best to make it work. Now, let me get back to this. So, yeah, these children, they go in there and they talk to these teachers crazy. I have heard teachers talking to children, just telling them about minding their rules and doing what they're supposed to do. And y'all, these little children walking around here calling their teachers all out their names, like saying the B word, dropping F-bombs all over the place. It is a mess. Woo, child. I don't even understand. So, yeah, you're right. When I see people do videos and they're like, oh my God, y'all children is going up to those schools acting like a fool with them teachers. And then you see people talking about, oh, not my little baby. Yes, your little baby too. Your little baby is going back to that school acting like a fool with them teachers. They turning them schoolhouses out. Okay? Did y'all not see what happened at, what was it, Martin Luther King Jr. High School? Of all the names of a school, Martin Luther King Jr.? So, I'm going to be honest. I can't remember if it was Louisiana, Georgia, or Alabama, maybe Mississippi. It was one of those states where this was happening at. And the kid literally attacked the principal. Like, for real, attack the principal, y'all. What the hell going on these days? Why are these children attacking these administrators as if the administrators do not have a right to tell them to go to class and do what they need to do? Somebody gonna have to help me out with that, because we need to make it make sense. Okay? All right, so I've gotten this one here, and I'm holding it. Just want to make sure that I've got it adhered real good. And you guys give me a little bit of time, and I'm going to get the rest of them on. And then before I do anything else, like add my cuticle oil and my moisturizer, I will then show you guys the finished product. Okay? Boop, boop. All right, so stay tuned. There's more to come.